Really?
All right. We're recording now. This is the mock
Ah,
jury. You people, you jurors want to introduce yourselves? Camille?
Sure. I'm Camille Marchese. I'm the executive director of the Coconut Grove Arts Festival.
Sharon?
hi, my name is Sharon McAllister. I am fortunate to be retired after 25-year director of an art festival.
Um,
Barry?
I'm Barry Bernstein. I've done shows for
Forever.
as long as they've existed. Uh, oh, yeah. So I have experience as an artist doing the shows. I also ran a
Well,
gallery. I also
oh, you
bought wholesale, bought retail. I've done like everything in the business, kind of,
okay.
except be a director.
You'd never make it.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I'd be great.
yeah, oh, right.
See, you don't know. You guys don't know that, you have no idea. I'd be
We
great.
know.
You don't know.
Love you, Barry.
I'm serious. I wouldn't mind all the grief, bring it on. Like, we can work it out.
Bonnie?
Bonnie Blanford,
Oh,
retired
sorry.
artist after 43 years of doing art fairs. I do a lot of jurying. I mentor a lot of artists, and I'm the chair of the board of the Guild of Artists and Artisans.
All right. Let's start. Okay, first presentation. I work primarily with hardwoods, combining traditional woodworking with resin inlay. Natural defects guide each design, allowing functional objects and wall sculptures to emerge as meditations on resilience, transformation, and the beauty of survival.
Well, the artist's statement is way too wordy. I'm not going to have time to read all that during the jury.
Now, the second half of it is all objective.
I
Yeah,
So,
think the
yeah,
first sentence is perfect.
it's
Yeah.
enough.
that's it.
That's all you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the images?
I don't like the fact that number one and number two are basically the same.
I was thinking the same thing, Bonnie.
I think they are, right? I think one's just taken off and one's mounted, I guess.
Mm,
No, they're not exactly the same.
Oh,
If you
they're a
notice
little different.
They are a little bit
one
different.
of
You're
the
right. But
loops,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, one is inlaid and one is not. One
yeah,
is cut, but
Oh,
still it.
okay. My
It, it
impression.
reads it reads at this as the same
Yeah.
mm,
in a jury.
There is a second presentation with this.
Wait. I want to address something. Um, my feeling is that this is a beginner. And why do I
mm,
say that? Because he has one of this and or he has one of this, one of this, one of this, one of this. There's no there's kind of a continuity, but there's not enough of a continuity between all the work.
mhm.
What's their style? Especially
Yeah.
the third piece, the third thing. What is that,
Well, it's a piece of furniture.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
fit
well,
with the
where
rest.
where the where are the other pieces of furniture?
Well, there's a couple in that booth shot, I think.
Well, I think that
Yeah.
they look
Well,
more like that almost looks more like a serving tray or something, a little
yeah.
mini shelf,
Well,
maybe. I don't
here
know.
you can see the
Yeah.
scale in the booth
That one,
picture.
and then
Yeah.
one right behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with Barry. There's not a real cohesion going on here. So,
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
so then I think it depends on where this artist is applying.
Mm-hmm.
Because go back to all the images, Larry. So the images could be a little bit fill the space a little better, number two and three and four. But if this is a beginning artist, I think it's a pretty nice set. Or if they're again applying who are they applying to?
Hmm.
Right.
It
Well,
might
okay.
be fine.
Here's
Don't
the
Mm-hmm.
know.
second presentation. I guess those are cutting boards.
Mm,
Yeah. Do you need to have a cutting board in your images? It's not they're not that impressive, so I would do something else, and I would get rid of that piece of furniture myself, specifically because of that. What's that blue glow? You know,
It's a resin.
the
It's
resin,
resin.
which is what the description says. I mean, I'm not sure
Yeah.
if 1 and 2 have any resin in them,
that's
but
an
can't see well
that's
enough. But
Well,
intentional.
here, actually, Bonnie, look at the statement on the second presentation.
mhm,
Love it.
yeah.
Yeah, the statement is
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think um
I noticed
I
it immediately.
yeah, I
Mhm,
think the
Okay,
statement is perfect. I think if you're going to have pieces with resin, they should be spectacular pieces with
mhm,
resin,
hmm
mhm,
because
Yeah, I agree.
but then again, it does depend because I do think there's some resin that looks really cool.
mhm.
Not that this doesn't, but I don't think it's spectacular.
Bring up
Um,
the. I'm sorry.
but I just think if you're going to do it, it should be more than a cutting board, maybe.
Right.
Um,
Yes, agreed.
but it doesn't mean I wouldn't buy that at the festival.
Bring up the booth shot again, uh, please.
What bugs me on the booth shot is the two blue resin pieces
Mhm,
hmm
Yeah,
in the center of the back.
mhm.
They're
Yeah.
but
not
the
on the individual images,
They're
nor
mirrored.
should they be.
hmm
okay.
But they
I think
jump.
I think the piece on the left, to the left of the blue, is their best piece.
hmm
That should be in
Out.
the images, and that should be the first image, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody's different and their tastes are different, but that's my opinion.
Mhm.
And
I
I
would
mean,
agree.
I'm gonna say this, and I know that if you're just beginning, you're trying to make everything perfect and whatever. I find the grid behind it distracting.
Very, very.
Yeah.
I just find it distracting. I don't know if that would be distracting if I was walking by it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if that would impact sales. I don't know, but I find it just to be distracting.
It is.
Yeah.
I want the work to jump out and hit me in the face,
Yeah.
Right. Not the
Not the grid.
background.
not the
Right.
display.
Yeah. I don't know how you could fix that, other than maybe putting a fabric behind it, to cover it so that you wouldn't see the grid. I don't know. Um,
But it holds all their shelves.
I know that's the problem.
I
It's
mean,
it's
physically, it's a really nice setup from the point of view of being
mhm.
efficient, but yeah, it is
Yeah.
very distracting.
Maybe just the back wall, maybe even if it's just the
Mhm,
back wall to be covered, and larger pieces hanging there, so
mhm,
the
The
sides might not bother me
That
as much. I don't know.
that
the
would help.
bottom left-hand front piece has a nice color resin.
hmm
mhm.
Yeah.
But you don't really notice it because of where it's placed.
Right.
Yeah,
Can't
Yeah.
see it.
Right.
that could have been on that bottom shelf in the back.
Mhm.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I
Mhm.
love these curly Q pieces
I do too.
because they're different.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I do too. I mean, I like the work. You know?
Yeah.
I like that idea. The curly
Mm-hmm.
pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they have enough of them that whole back could be curly pieces with a
I
solid
yeah.
grid.
I feel like I feel like what we have here is somebody trying to show that they're multi-talented, that they have multi-directions,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right?
That
You know?
yeah.
And
That's why I
that's
mentioned the beginner thing because
mhm.
beginners put one of everything in there, and then after you get some experience, you realize, okay, I need some continuity. I think you go in that direction naturally.
All right,
I
next
will
presentation.
one more
What?
thing.
Go ahead.
I give them kudos for their booth image, even though
Mhm.
we picked on it. It's a good booth image as far
Mhm.
as it's clean and yeah, it's a
Mhm.
nice booth image.
It
I want
is.
to change a couple
It
things, but
yeah, it is. It's not, but we have
yeah,
seen worse.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
we
That's a
probably will see
compliment.
worse yet.
That's
That's
great.
that's a compliment.
It is a
Okay.
compliment, trust me. I think it's fine. Like I said, I just think it's just the grid wall distracts me, but
Yep.
that's just
Me
me.
too.
All right.
Hmm.
Gesso modeling paste for prime and texture, acrylic paint, soft body fluid and markers, alcohol, ink, and epoxy resin using brush, fine detail, sgraffito, and
Mhm.
fluid art blowout, Dutch pour.
Well, I think the artist statement needs a good deal of work because it's too long. And
Yes.
it's when I have to, the thing's in parentheses, so I have to define what the prior word means. Like
Yeah, I know.
that,
Hmm.
I assume this is a mixed media application, is that right?
Um,
I mean, to have that kind of to have that kind of
it
description.
sounds like it from the statement.
And would
Mhm.
that be a 2D mixed media
Yeah.
or 3D?
Or
Two,
painting.
could be a pain.
The first image is not one I would use as the first image. It doesn't read the same as the others.
I think if they want to use these four, then I would like it better if the the duller ones, the black and whitish ones, were every other with the colored ones. Because I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
I'm going from
Yeah.
yes.
you know,
Oh, which one would you have as the first image? Which would be the one on the left, I believe.
Probably number 3.
mhm.
Well, see, that's
I
the
really
brightest
like
one.
number two.
But I like number
I
two also because
Mhm.
I
it's
was gonna
very
say that. I love number two.
much.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah. I really do love number two.
Uh-huh.
It's my favorite.
it's making a
Um,
Me
statement,
too.
I think.
Yeah,
mhm.
it would be
Yeah.
better in the first position. If you didn't use number three, that would just be a matter of choice, but
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think the first one is the strongest for
mhm.
sure. You know.
But all that said, it's nice that the size is balanced. It's easy to look
Hmm.
at. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't hurt your eyes with different size shapes and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see
And the
the
booth image is
Very
nice and
true.
clean.
Hmm. Booth image is
Yep.
great.
yeah.
Yep. Really nice.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I would just delete, I would just make that more concise, the statement.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, they could say less, but make it more of a sentence.
Hmm.
Actually,
Mhm.
in the booth
Obviously
image,
they were counting the
Characters.
characters and wanted to fit it all in, but it would actually be better to say less and use it and make a
Yeah.
sentence out of it.
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to put you just don't need to put everything in there.
the
Yeah.
back
Like,
wall left-hand picture would make a great first image.
Well, yeah.
I'm still sticking with the second one
me
Me too.
too.
as the first image.
But I'd like to see the one with the orange stripe in the middle on the back wall.
Hmm.
Which would be the first
Oh.
one on the left.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Wait.
Boy, there's a lot to.
I was going to say, at least, the three bigger ones, three more dramatic ones are the ones across the top in the back.
Yes.
So that placement is good, you know. So you could substitute the first one, get rid of the middle one, and then
Right.
have the first two that are on the left, and then you could a choice of a third one.
The middle one on the right
Oh,
because
yeah, you could
because
do
of the
that.
color.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
well, yes.
You could do that too.
or
Interesting. I wonder how people make any sense out of what we're saying sometimes.
I know.
Like, what do they want me to do?
Yeah, but you see, it's not up to the people to make sense out of it, which is why we're doing it.
Yes.
No, it is.
Don't
It should
making
be
sense out
intuitive.
of what we're saying.
Oh, oh, they understand.
It should
Mhm.
be intuitive to the artist that like the placement of things.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
might just be that call, even though we, have various comments, it might also just be a way of stimulating thought that like, oh, I thought I had thought this all but maybe there's some other thing I should consider this front left square on the back or the
Right.
one on the right. I wonder
Yeah.
what that would look like, just to get some thought going, and then they can decide what looks best. Because they should have that eye.
Hmm.
Yes.
Sometimes that's hard to see for yourself, though. You can see it in
Right.
others, but it's hard to see it for yourself,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here.
I
Yeah.
can see it in everybody.
Mhm.
All right. Fiber-based bags using reclaimed textiles and cork tree bark. Techniques used: pin tucking, embroidery, and applique.
I would just use the first sentence.
Me too. But the second sentence isn't that bad.
I don't mind it because it does give it a little more definition, and it's uh, I don't mind the artist statement here.
I think it's nice and clear, and it is helpful to know how they did it
I
I
I
like
think
the
in
so.
images.
general.
Well,
I think uh back up, Larry.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's a continuity between the images.
Yes.
mhm.
And actually, even the second set works with them. They could be
Yeah.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's yeah, there. I
Didn't you
wonder if
and
this
Mark?
person comes from a retail background because it's all
Mhm.
set up like nicely.
It's nice and clean and easy
Yes.
to look at. Like,
Yeah.
And you can see all the work.
hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I
I
think
like
I
the
think it's a
pictures.
great looking booth shop.
I love the mannequin in the bag.
Mhm.
It's just,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be an experienced artist that wanted to slip their their to test us to see if we were on the ball.
Do they want to know which of the two image sets we like better?
I like that set,
The
but
first one has
Yeah,
stronger
the first
colors.
one. Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
one is definitely stronger.
Yeah.
It shows more technique, I think. I could be wrong.
Mhm. I think the second one's a little, for the sake of jury, I think the second one's a little washy.
Hmm.
I
It's not going
agree.
to jump out at you.
I think it's a little more expected. The
Mhm.
first one I think has a little more pizzazz, a little
Yeah.
more style.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Good.
Music, lyrics, paint, pen, brush, uninhibited lines, bold strokes, marks, color transparent layers, texture created by unconventional materials, and bits of paper are all used to evoke emotions and create movement, to connect the viewer, to bring joy and empowerment to their lives through my work.
I don't like the first image as the first image.
Mhm.
I would almost think the person in the hat with a cigarette or whatever would be a
yeah,
better first image.
I'll get your
Stronger.
attention.
I agree.
Hmm.
There's going to
Yeah.
be a second set.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
totally different.
Wow.
Now I'm waiting for somebody to say something about I don't want to always be the one who's picking on the artist statement.
Boy, it's too much.
Way too much.
It's too much. Like, I don't really want to know that it evokes emotion and create,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
I want to know what the technique is.
That's right.
That's what I need to know.
Yes.
Um, so
There probably
yeah.
is something like you could, I think the paint pen brush, okay. And is there something else down here that tells me a little bit more about how they make it? Other than that, we don't need all the rest of
Well,
it.
I think texture created by unconventional materials would be okay, right? Because
Yeah.
Borderline.
paint pen brush texture created by unconventional materials.
Period.
Period.
And,
Uh,
and like, saying things like it brings joy and empowerment. Well, let the viewer make that
Right,
decision,
Right.
right.
you don't
Right,
have to tell us,
Hmm.
especially us.
right. You
Right.
don't tell
Well,
the jurors what to think.
right.
no.
And that's it. Plus music and lyrics really, if it was maybe on sheet music or there were lyrics in it,
Mhm.
maybe, but it doesn't. I think
That's
paint pen brush.
inspiration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always say this, and I know it's tougher for painters. Like, I don't really want to know your inspiration. I just want to know how you did it, you know?
Yeah. And
Um,
Right.
that's the question. That's the line on the
hmm
Zap form.
hmm
Just tell us how you do it.
I did it. Right.
hmm yeah,
Because the jurors might be going, "Oh, these are nice. How'd they do it?"
right.
It's what you wanted. It's what you don't see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially in mixed media, that's important,
Yeah.
so we know
Oh, yeah.
what you're doing. But
I'd be interested in meeting this person because it seems like they're expressive and they have a personality
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
and a sense of humor.
Hmm.
They just got to get there first, right?
Hmm.
That's
So,
well, I would take the best paintings from the first one and the second one,
Hmm.
whatever that
Except
might
that
be.
these all feel the same. The
Yeah.
second batch.
Yeah.
They
They could almost be submitted as two different bodies of work,
mhm.
right?
Yes.
Or two different, yeah, because they go in two different directions. So,
And I
Even
think
the
I would do
technique is a
that.
little different.
hmm
The brush. Like, okay, I would on the first set, I would get rid of the first image. You know,
Yes.
Mm.
hmm
that reads too much like a commercial. The second one is great because it's really expressive. So
hmm
maybe replace the first one with the horse.
Or no, maybe there's
Yeah, it- right.
body in movement, because that's what those look like to me. Like,
Yeah.
maybe
Yes.
there's another one that
Yeah,
can
there is some on the
replace.
right wall.
Yeah, there's four of
Yeah.
them right there in
See,
the front.
now this makes
Hmm.
more sense in the booth, in the booth
Hmm.
shot, but alone, that middle picture,
Mhm.
Hmm.
it reads differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it might be interesting I mean, I don't know, again, what types of shows are being applied for or
Hmm.
how successful the applications have been. But I would be inclined to do two submissions
Hmm.
because the stuff on the right, those four, and the
Hmm.
three on the back do read as different.
Right.
Hmm.
And so it'd be interesting, I think, for the artist to see what scores here,
Right.
what appeals to the jury. And then use the same booth shot so that the
Hmm.
show knows that the artist does all of this and doesn't run into a problem with
Yeah.
that's not what you juried on.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
I
Um,
would always look to the show's rules, because not every show
uh-huh.
lets you apply twice
Right,
in one media,
right,
you know.
right.
So,
Mhm. But
like, I
you
know
could do
Winter Park
research.
doesn't. We do, but
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Where is that strong picture of the woman in the hat and the stogie? It's not a stogie.
Mm.
It's not in the booth.
Well, maybe she hadn't created it when or I'm assuming I
Maybe.
should.
Or she
Maybe the
sold
artist
it before
hadn't.
she took a booth picture.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But that whole feeling of that piece
Mm-hmm.
and actually the other two
Mm-hmm.
to the right are very different than what's in the booth.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
I like these though.
I do too.
I like them, and I'd like to see another one in this vein in the first position,
Mhm.
Yeah,
or in any position.
Hmm.
I like all of the work, but I just think that first one doesn't fit with these.
Right.
It fits in the booth, but it's not. It just doesn't work with these.
Hmm. Hey,
I
getting back
agree.
to the
Hmm.
statement,
Hmm.
here's another one where they wanted to stick so many, um, uh, so much in there that they don't
Hmm.
make sentences. It's
Mhm.
just, you know,
Hmm.
to be able to fit it all in there, and it's better to just eliminate all the stuff, the crap.
Hmm.
Sorry,
Yeah, the
and just
bring
say what it
joy.
is and make it a
Anytime,
sin. Yeah.
anytime you see bring joy doesn't work.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I
Right.
mean, you just don't want to tell people what to feel. And that's what I
Yes.
always say, like, we just want to know how you made it.
Mhm.
That's it,
Yeah,
you know.
and she doesn't need to say, I think it's a she. She doesn't need to see isn't that funny that I think this is a woman? Um, isn't necessarily true. But when you say unconventional materials, what the hell's that? I mean, it could be, what is it? You don't need to say that. Don't say that. Just say textured is enough. Yeah,
Or if
that
you, or if they want to say
I
created with
don't mind that.
unconventional material, I think that that sentence could be go
Mm,
down unconventional materials and bits of paper, period.
yeah,
Period.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That
I don't
would.
even know if you need bits of paper, texture created by
Mhm.
unconventional materials, period. You
That
know,
could be.
bits of
Yeah.
paper doesn't bother me, but I
Mhm.
just think you need to
Hmm.
remove the evoke emotions, create
Yeah, all that
movement.
stuff.
Yeah, just remove that. And I would take out music and lyrics because
Right. I
that
would do
just
that too.
doesn't,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
You
Don't
don't
have anything
see
to do
that.
with it.
mm-mm.
Music
And
and
I don't
lyrics
even
by
think you
George.
need to say uninhibited lines, bold strokes, marks, color. I just
Yeah.
don't.
Mhm.
No.
Paint. I use paint, pen, brush and my texture is created by unconventional materials and bits of paper. I mean, or something like that. I just don't think you
Yeah,
need to add in that
that'd
much
be
more.
good.
My first thought was music and lyrics by George Gershwin or something,
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking maybe there was like sheet music behind
Right.
somewhere, but no, I'm not seeing it.
Larry, have you considered having a Zoom thing on artist statements?
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, isn't that what we're doing?
Yep.
sort of.
But that's everything.
Yeah, I know, but
Hmm.
But you
I,
have to see the
Oh,
work to know if the artist statement makes sense too. Is that what you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
oh, that's true.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I always help artists with their statements if they ask me,
Mhm.
Good.
and I make them really,
Wonderful.
really trim. All right. With a focus on abstraction, color, and organic forms, I create sterling silver jewelry inlaid with polymer clay using techniques including traditional silversmithing and lost wax casted elements.
I think you can just leave out the with the focus on abstraction,
Mhm.
color, and organic forms,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and just start with I create sterling
Yeah.
silver jewelry inlaid
Mhm.
with polymer clay.
Now,
You know.
there's two different backgrounds.
Yes.
Hmm.
First one.
The second one,
The second one.
Second one,
What?
just pop.
Yep.
Wait,
they pop right off.
this one or the white
This
one?
one.
This one.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's
Yes,
what I'm
this one.
saying.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
they
like
get
these.
lost on the white because
They
it's
really
silver.
do.
And it hurts your eyes.
It does.
I think it hurts a juror's eyes, all that white. The gradient is so much better.
It's
Yeah.
old school.
In a lot of jewelry images, I really like the white. This
Hmm.
isn't one of them.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
There's a remarkable difference.
Hmm.
Well,
And
I
I
And I
was,
feel like you see the work so much clearer,
Mhm.
yeah,
especially like on the
yes,
first image. It just,
Mhm.
yeah, it pops.
I
yeah.
had no idea what that looked the way it does when it was on the
Hmm.
white.
Right, exactly. Me too. Me too. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that couldn't the artist statement just start with the word sterling?
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
saying I create is like, well, kind of like, oh, I hope so, because you
Right.
shouldn't be there if you
Yeah.
don't. I mean, so sterling silver jewelry inlaid with polymer
Yeah.
clay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Blah,
Yeah.
blah,
The
blah.
eye create doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Me neither.
But it doesn't bother me, but but definitely with the focus on abstraction, color, and organic can
Mhm.
be struck.
Yeah.
Because that's
Okay.
obvious, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be obvious from looking at the work.
Let's look at the
Yeah.
booth image, please.
I love it,
Mhm.
but
You
I
do?
like clean jewelry booths.
Mhm.
I think the work is way better than the booth image.
Yeah, but
See,
what
now,
would you do to the boot? What would you do to make that booth image better, though? I
I
mean,
don't know.
jewelry's
Better.
rough that way.
Yeah.
It's the lighting. It's an indoor picture.
Mm.
Oh my
Better
goodness.
display, but
No, there's nothing wrong with the display.
Mm.
It's
okay.
the light is washing out the jewelry on the counters.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep in
Uh,
mind we have hopefully we have four different people and we would have different, varied opinions. So it's okay
Yeah.
to.
oh yeah,
Well, I
I
think
think
the
it's
other.
fine. I don't think it's
I'm,
anything where you'd go, oh my gosh, I love that.
Mhm.
But I
Well,
think
that's
it's
true.
perfectly fine. It's nice, it's clean,
Mhm.
it's what it's going to look like at the show, which is nice. You know, there aren't really any wrinkles, I mean, I think it looks pretty good.
Mhm.
yeah.
And
Well,
it's
the other
not
thing.
so crowded, right? Like I hate
yes,
when they're crowded and
Mhm.
it just, yeah, yeah.
Okay. The
I
pieces,
tend to be fussy with jewelers
Mm-hmm.
because having done the
Done.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
what
this, I just think it's a really nice
Mhm.
jewelry booth.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I think it's
Yeah.
nice and clean and easy. You know.
No fake fruit.
Mhm.
Right. No
hey,
flowers, no
Right.
plants,
No
no.
plant.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
What's on the back? What's on the walls?
They
Are
look
these
like,
sculptural pieces?
No,
Banners.
it's a
Banners?
that's a picture of the work blown up. So it's like
Right.
their
That's a
banner.
banner.
yeah, it looks
And
like
I'd be
post.
willing to bet that in person that probably has the jeweler's name next to it, where
On the
that
left
white
side.
section is.
Mhm.
You know, I would think,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
it's probably,
Well, another thing I like about it is because one of the things I look for on jewelers is that
mhm,
the pieces are beautiful, right? And they have the images. And then is the booth clean like this and have a
mhm,
wide variety of their jewelry in it, their
mhm.
necklaces and everything? Or it has a few of those and a million pairs of earrings,
Right, exactly.
right?
Like,
Because
On
those
par.
ones with the million pairs of earrings, like, hmm.
Yeah.
But this
yeah,
has a nice balance.
Yeah, there's a nice selection, but it's not too much in
Right.
terms
yeah.
of.
Makes it really
And
nice.
and so for those new artists out there that are listening to this, and look at the reason why we're saying that is because, well, not only sometimes is less more, but sometimes when you're packed with stuff, it makes us feel like, perhaps they didn't make it all
Right.
themselves. And
Right.
that's something important, for that's an important thing for shows.
Yeah. Kiss of death, right? Don't make
Hmm.
No
it look like
kidding.
that.
Well,
Yeah,
you don't want jurors questioning anything.
right. But I honestly, I think about that. And the reason why I stated it that way is because I don't think people realize that. You know how many people I tell we always have to look for buy sell and they don't even know what buy sell is.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, they just don't realize that there are people out there cheating. So the key that there are, and so we just really want to make sure that your booth images don't throw anybody
Hmm.
in that, don't,
Mhm.
there's not a shadow of a doubt that you created the work yourself.
Hmm.
Right.
I've seen it in booths.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Paintings on paper in gouache in a figurative, illustrative style,
Squash.
focused on fine detail. Did I pronounce that right?
It's gouache.
Gouache?
Gouache. Hmm.
That's, yeah, good artist statement. Woohoo.
And here they substituted a different booth picture with one of the four pieces.
Hmm. Hmm.
Interesting. One of my pet peeves when it comes to booth images is people that stick outside where their display comes outside their 10 by 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Because I do not want to see that at a show.
Right.
Now,
I don't
this
want to
is
see it
not
next to me at a show.
right.
No.
It'll kill my show
Right.
as people walk out and around. And, it's not out a tremendous amount,
Mhm,
Mm-mm.
but will they push it out more at my show?
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that that's going to score somebody down, but yeah, in general, we hate when that happens, right?
Yes.
I
It might give you
actually,
pause if you were the juror.
I
There you
remember
go.
in one
Right.
instance, I actually mentioned it to my next door neighbor that they couldn't do that.
Mhm.
I had just met them, and at first and but I actually made a suggestion as to what they could do, and of course they were upset with me. But then they did what I said, and they had better sales
Mhm.
Yeah.
after.
Yep,
So then they
yep.
said, "Oh yeah, this is great." But
Yeah.
no, that's a no-no.
So
That is,
back to the other booth shot. Oh, it's just same, it just has the lights. So,
Eh, almost the same,
yeah,
yeah.
almost the same.
A lot of
I think,
reproductions.
Yeah, that was
I
gonna be my
think,
thing.
yeah, I mean, it's fine for a show with reproductions. I think, I think I like the one without the lights better.
Mhm.
Well,
They're
yeah,
distracting.
oh
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
yeah, it needs to be cropped better.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, for sure needs a crop, and it doesn't really need those weights unless some shows
Mm-mm.
asking for weights. Um,
I don't know.
That
Uh,
is
I mean, we ask for weights, but I don't expect to see them in the images,
well,
right.
no,
In
that's what I
20
meant.
years, I've never left weights in a booth picture that
Right,
I
right.
Mm-mm.
That's what I meant. Unless somebody's asking to see them, they don't need to see them.
Yeah.
I think they're in mine.
I
I'm
know.
gonna go look, see if my
yeah,
weights are
both of them could
exposed.
be cropped better.
'Cause I
Mhm.
don't think about that.
And then in the application process, I would hope that they consider back to who they're applying to, because
Yes.
some shows, this amount of reproduction is going to be, whether it happens in the jury score only or whether it happens at the margin when the show staff's deciding if everybody who has tied scores, that much reproduction in a lot of shows is going to be, yeah, that's
Hmm.
not happening.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. In terms of like the reproduction thing, so the first one on the left with with the sunflowers,
Hmm.
does that look like it was printed from something? It was
Mm,
it does not look like somebody made that. And you wouldn't want to have your work look like it was machine made. You want to have your work look like you made it.
It's not one of,
Well,
but it's like the number 3 picture here.
Yeah.
yeah.
mhm.
I don't think that doesn't bother me,
Okay.
I'm
No.
sure that they painted it and then printed, and
yeah.
then
Mhm.
scanned it.
The word about the lights, the lights are yellow. They need to get different kind of like maybe what's it called?
LED white.
Well,
The
New
Well,
whites.
light,
natural lighting.
yeah, but
Hmm.
daylight.
you should never take a booth picture with lights like this because it makes it
Mm-mm.
impossible to correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, look how clean this one looks.
Mhm.
You can
Yeah.
see everything in the booth.
Right.
I mean,
Right,
quite honestly, unless they're doing a night show, I would take the lights out completely.
Mhm.
right.
I
Yeah.
don't think that those lights are going to bring much light into a booth. I could be wrong. Um, I mean, if they're there just to be warm and inviting, maybe in a night show, but I don't see them being of an asset.
But I can't see a jury caring about the lights, right? So if it's a
Yeah.
night show, I think then the show and the jury are probably going to assume you have lights,
Right.
whatever they are. What I'm
Hmm.
interested in is what's this booth look like and the
Hmm.
consistency of work and all that.
Yeah,
All that's important.
absolutely.
Okay. Our pieces are turned on a lathe using local and exotic woods such as cherry, black walnut, yew, and mulberry. They are hand dyed and inlaid with precious and semi-precious gemstones.
I think that says what it is.
Yeah. Cool.
This is a lovely application.
Mhm.
It is.
Hmm.
And here I think is a nice use of white or kind of cream on that background
Hmm.
instead of gradient.
Hmm.
Because I think gradient would make your eyes, mine anyway, kind of
Well,
confused with the colors in these
But
pieces.
it
right.
there are some shadows, right? Like so that's
Mhm, yeah,
nice.
yeah,
So
that's
it
true.
doesn't, yeah, it's not stark white, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
And the
They're
blue
nice.
shot
It's
goes
nice
with the
work.
work. It's nice, nice.
Mhm.
I don't think they're using precious stones. If you've looked at the price of precious stones recently,
Well, they shot this picture last year.
doesn't
No,
matter.
no, I'm just kidding.
Skeptic, Bonnie.
I know.
Anybody following gold and silver prices these days?
Oof.
Me,
All right, nice.
I will always follow them.
All right.
Record highs.
Good booth.
It's a good booth, good work,
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm,
solid
very,
application.
mhm.
very strong. I don't know what the flooring is, and it doesn't matter. I guess it's gravel, but geez, that looks nice. It's just a
Mhm.
nice texture,
Hmm.
not distracting.
I thought you were going to say just the opposite, Bonnie, but that's
Oh,
funny.
no,
That's nice.
pretty booth.
No, the different
Yeah,
height pedestals look good.
Mhm.
they really do.
And the difference with the grid, which are shelves, I know,
Hmm.
Right.
um, the one that Camille was saying that the grid
Hmm.
was distracting,
Mhm.
this blends into the background and
Yep.
is not distracting at all.
Hmm.
It's not
So
really a
very nice.
grid.
Shelving.
Shelves.
It's
Shelving.
shelving that is painted to match the color of their
Mhm.
panels.
Hmm.
Yep, very smart.
Which is worthwhile, right? Because can you imagine what that would look
Yeah.
like if the shelving was still white
Oh,
Right,
geez.
exactly.
or cream
Yeah,
or
I mean,
something?
I think the thing with the grid on the first one, like also there were a lot of small pieces, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
if there were like four big paintings or something like that, it may not be as distracting, but that they're small pieces
Mhm.
and the grid is pretty prominent, that, it's just distracting.
it was very prominent.
Exactly.
Close-up photos of decaying surfaces, walls or rusted metal,
Mhm.
revealing animal or human-like forms.
I feel like I know this artist, but I like the work.
Oh, yeah. And the booth, it all ties together really nicely.
It's, yeah, the
Yeah,
statement is that's exactly what you want because you want to know what it is, right?
Yep.
but
Except for the
revealing,
parentheses.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not wild about the revealing animal or human-like forms.
Well, it's
Well,
not necessary to say that. You could
no.
send it to rusted metal.
Don't tell me that that's what I'm supposed to be seeing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah, close up.
here's a second presentation with just a different image in number one.
Mhm.
Interesting. I think I
I think,
like the red and white.
I think I like the red and white too.
Me too.
Go,
mhm,
go
Yeah,
back to the
that's,
It
first one though.
balances the number four.
right.
It does. Go back to
yeah.
the first one, Larry, if you could.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this, aside from the revealing the forms, I think this
Hmm.
booth statement's much better because the other one goes on to say,
Hmm.
click, Larry, the embedded in thick layers of texture. What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
he added a little bit to the statement.
yeah.
I wonder, would it bother you if it said something like close-up photographs of decaying surfaces with unexpected, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think he's trying to say that the reason why he's
Mhm,
doing this is because he sees human
mhm,
forms in them,
mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
Okay. It's
As
a
a
It's a good
beautiful,
booth
concept.
shot. Yeah.
beautiful
With
book.
with and without the bin.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to have the bin at the show, have it in your booth image.
Well, if they
Yep.
allow reproductions.
Well, he's a photographer, Larry, so
Oh, right.
yeah.
I would
So I
have
think,
been.
yeah. So I would leave the bin in there. Plus, I think it works just fine. It's
Mhm.
It
not.
does.
Mhm.
The left one on the back wall you kind of gets washed out.
Mhm.
It needs something with a little stronger of an image there.
You
Mhm.
know what? It almost doesn't matter because you're seeing all the rest of the pieces, and you can't see it anyway because of the angle. So
Yeah. I think it's a fine booth shot and that wouldn't keep you
me
out of a
too.
show, you
Yeah.
know?
Me too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They should be very pleased.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nature photography archivally printed by the artist. Float mounted over a painted panel to resemble a traditional matted print. Then varnished for preservation, handmade hardwood frames.
Well, we can see it's nature photography.
Actually,
Yeah.
the images are really nice.
They
Mhm.
are. And
Hmm.
honestly, like so many photographers are not printing their own work. I kind of like knowing that they are,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know? So,
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I don't know that you need nature photography, but maybe archivally printed by the artist, and I do like the explanation of,
Hmm.
Mhm.
because we don't see that.
Right, you can't tell.
Yeah. So I do like the explanation of how they're presented. Oh,
It's
mm,
nice.
yeah.
And the attention to lighting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Nice booth.
very
Nice
nice.
booth. I would say if they ever decided to reshoot it, maybe level things out a little bit.
But it's
I
probably
feel like
not resetting it up, probably not worth resetting it up if they,
no.
Yeah.
Well, if you start, it's
The
funny.
Yeah.
right, the right wall is leaning back.
Yeah, like it's not going to keep them out of a
yeah,
show,
yeah.
but if they ever reset it, then maybe level it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it just.
Fix the one on the bottom left,
Hmm.
Yeah, so they
you
don't
know,
hang under the,
and the one in the
Hmm.
middle on the bottom, just a
Yeah, but I
little
mean
over
that
half
again,
inch.
this is not going to keep you out of a show.
I
I
know.
know.
I'm just reacting to what people are saying here. So
Oh, I know. I'm uber critical too, so but it's a nice booth. I like the walls.
mhm,
Yeah.
They're probably not easy to set up, but
yeah,
I like them, you know.
They look like wood.
well, they do,
Mm-hmm.
hinges in the corners.
there, yeah, there are wood.
I think it's a
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
lovely booth shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Like you said, Camille, whatever they did probably wouldn't change your boost score, so,
Mm-mm.
or their total
No.
score. So,
Yeah, yeah. Just if they ever did it again, maybe just
right,
level it.
right. Cool.
Good.
All right. My art is created with acrylic paints on wood panels, canvas, or paper. I employ traditional techniques using brushes, rollers, and sponges.
It's
So we could
okay.
start with acrylic paint.
Right.
Mhm.
Acrylic paint on what it's on, and then maybe using traditional techniques, like employing traditional techniques with brushes, rollers, and sponges if you think that's important.
Hmm.
But it gets
I'm
back
not
to,
sure
of
that's
course, it's my
important.
art.
Not knowing the difference between traditional techniques and non-traditional techniques, that I don't care about that.
Mhm, mhm.
I agree.
Then maybe it's
Well,
paper using brushes, rollers, and sponges.
Hmm.
I would switch images 1 and 2.
Mm.
Well, and then 3 and 4 you could switch.
No, because then the two dark ones would be in the middle.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Yeah.
thinking.
See, I
Mhm.
was looking at
Because
the
the one
bold
that,
as a right-hand image.
So wait, I think, wait, I'm going to go back to the statement. I think this is what I would say. Um, acrylic paints on wood, panel, canvas, or paper using brushes, rollers, and sponges. I would take out the employed traditional, and I would probably take out my art.
Mhm.
I
yep,
don't know if that would make it cleaner. I think painters have the toughest time because they're painting, right? So it's hard for them to come up with what it is. They're painting. So I always am a little more flexible there,
It
but
would read faster.
it would
Yeah.
read faster. So yeah, I would take out that. That's the key.
when the images first came up, the one that jumped off the screen to me was the rooster,
Mhm.
which is why I think it would be good in spot one. Beautiful booth.
Yeah.
I would switch the rooster and the bull so they would be facing towards the middle.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. We're probably again on reset up, right? Unless you're gonna
Yeah.
Photoshop it to do that, because it probably is
Yeah.
not enough point that it'll
Mhm.
change your score.
Yeah. I wouldn't go crazy doing it now, but if you ever redid it, I would do that, right? But yeah, it's a good looking booth.
Yeah. Oh, not me.
Okay. Here's another set from him.
Hmm.
It looks like the booth is slightly different.
The images are the same? No, no.
No, they're
The
not.
third one is different, right?
Right.
Third one's
Mm-hmm.
different.
And they're in a different order.
I still put that rooster on the left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would too.
Can you go back, Larry, for the booth image? Is the booth image different on both of these, or it's the same?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
the booth image has darker pieces on the back wall.
I like the other booth image much better. It has that brighter back wall.
Yeah, that the pieces on the back wall, the
Mhm.
top two pieces on the back wall are too dark.
Oh, yeah. Feels like a cave.
All right. I use oil paint on linen adhered onto debond, glazing and scrumbling through layers of paint.
I think that's scumbling,
Yeah, scumbling.
whatever that is.
Yeah, I think if we're going to use this jargon of dibond and scumbling, maybe there's better words. So you're not figuring out what does this mean. Scumbling must be
Dictionary.
me cutting off, scraping off or something. I don't know what that means. Hmm.
Now, I think
Are those technical terms?
the two middle pictures are stronger, especially the number 2 picture.
Yeah, the number 2 is. Hmm.
These are beautiful.
There's some light or something in this booth, though, so you see how great the artwork looks.
Okay, so Scumble is actually a painter tech. It's I would think that a painter might know that word.
Did you just look that up?
I did because
What?
I was curious. I'm like,
Yeah.
because yeah. So, and that's what they do. There's a specific technique. So I don't think that that bothers me.
Because a painter would know.
A painter would know. And dye bond is a brand name for an aluminate composite material. So I might there say, aluminum rather than dye bond, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I would leave scumbling because they should know, a painter should know.
How about a jeweler?
Yeah, that's it. I
I
mean,
would
a
want
jeweler
to
might
know.
not know because, and most shows do have multiple, you know,
Right.
yeah.
But as a juror, I would like to know if you're going to use a
That means, right.
Yeah,
strange.
maybe they could define scumbling. Like instead of that, it's like okay, I have to go backwards and say it, but maybe they could just say what it is rather than using the term scumbling. It's like go with thin layers of, I don't want to go back and read it all, but
Yeah,
maybe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, yeah.
I just looked it up too. It says um, applying a very thin coat of opaque paint to give a
Hmm.
softer or duller effect.
Hmm.
But you don't want the juror to have to look it up, I think is the point, right?
No. So I
Right.
think maybe you'd have to say that.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, we're a little casual here, so we can talk.
Um,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
One
We
other
So,
we
thing,
have more than 10 seconds, let's put it that way.
Right? Exactly.
the fourth image is coming across washed out.
Hmm.
mhm.
It may not be a good image for a jury set.
Isn't that the scumbling effect?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
By
think so.
definition?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, by definition, they all look a little washed out,
They do.
but they all look like incredibly detailed,
Uh-huh.
right? I mean, the skill set is there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I think, maybe you say that in the tech, maybe you say that, something like to create it almost looks like, in theater when they use a roll of scrim to
Mm.
create like
Hmm.
you know what
diffusion.
I'm talking about? Like, yeah, like the
Diffuse
glass
element.
menagerie is supposed to be actually performed with a layer of scrim in front, so it looks kind of ethereal and dreamlike.
Mhm.
So that's almost like that's what this reminds me of, you know?
A
Well, it keeps it
scrim,
from looking like a photograph because these same
scrim was
Exactly.
animals,
Like,
yeah.
right?
blocking
yeah,
light.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
these same images are things that if you were traveling in these areas, you would take a
Mm-hmm.
photograph of, which would be nice and crispy, right? So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but these aren't, so they probably need to point
I
that
mean, it
out.
gives almost an ethereal effect, right?
Right, right.
You know?
Yeah, it's the concept
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
trying does it come, does it
Mhm.
work?
Yeah. So they look washed out. They're not, but I think I
Mhm.
see what Larry's saying. Like you might want something in a show where you only have 10 seconds. You want something, you want the more vivid of these pieces.
You want to
Mhm.
Yes.
grab the jurors.
Actually,
Right.
I like this
I
as
do too. I like it a lot.
a concept, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. The
So I,
booth, yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say, so this is not part of the process here, but I just have to say this. These are beautiful artwork, and I think that these frames are just, it's all about the frame. It's the
Yeah, they're
Thank you.
artwork.
overpowering.
It's just, which is not our role here to talk about, but I just, since an
No.
artist may be listening, I'm like, oh, this could look so much more stunning with a way
Well,
thinner frame
Or with no frame.
or
the
none.
images are soft,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's a really
Yeah.
hard
Right.
looking
Right.
Yeah.
The frames are hard. Yeah.
and
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 they're
the
very
images are
wide.
small, right? The images are
Hmm.
small, so why, which is fine, but why overpower that with the frame?
I
Yeah.
think I would try to make them, I mean, I would try to have, obviously this is what they have, but I would
Mhm.
try to make it so that it was either a line all the way around and not those two
Mm-hmm.
extras hanging down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would try to make it look like you meant for it to be gallery-like.
right.
You know,
Or
those two bother me, the two that are hanging down,
Hanging down.
the
or if you
below.
had a third, add one on the right on the back underneath.
Maybe, but I kind of like the idea of, you know, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen Matthew Cornell's booths, but that's how his look, you know. A
Mhm.
lot of his paintings are very small, but it's a beautiful booth because they're, you know, they're a little further down and they're in line, you know. It looks like a
Mhm.
gallery, you know, and I think this could have that effect, but you know, it doesn't like it just doesn't work with the two
Mhm.
pieces hanging down.
If you have to have frames, if this person
Hmm.
has to have frames, experiment with different types of frames to get the best look.
Hmm. I
I
think
do.
that these would need to be these. I think these might need to be framed because I think they would blend right into that beige background.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't think they would pop in the booth without something, unless the walls of the booth were black, and well, that's just a whole different other story and expense. So I think
Hmm.
it might need a frame, but I think you guys are right, like something softer maybe.
I love the fact that they have been consistent in their framing. Even
Hmm.
though I'm not wild about framing, they are
Yeah.
I
consistent.
love it. That's the part I
Yeah.
like the least. Oops.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I did. I was out helping Art Worth in Fort Worth start their emerging artist program, and that was the advice I gave to a lot of the younger painters out there. You know, they had just mismatched frames everywhere, and it
Right.
was so distracting to look at. Like, you know, you it doesn't. They're like, well, I just wanted there to be something for everybody. I'm like, they can put their
Mm-hmm.
own frames on
Yeah,
this. You
whatever's
know,
on sale
it's
at Michael's.
yeah, you know, it's like it's you know, make it look like you put care and time into the presentation.
You don't want the frames to overshadow the work.
Uh-uh. And they do if you walk in and there are like four
I
different color
think they
frames,
do.
right? You know?
Yes.
What do I know? But that's what I think.
All
Hmm.
right.
Yeah.
Landscape and wildlife images captured on location, produced as archival pigment prints on metal or acrylic for rich color, detail, and depth. Smaller works are presented as matted paper prints.
I don't care for number three
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
in this
That's fair.
grouping.
Yeah,
I don't either. It sort of throws you, right?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's totally different than in concept
Hmm.
than the others.
Hmm.
but then you have animals in number four, and you don't in one and two either.
The
No.
Doesn't
animals
matter.
don't bother me. But you know, that third one bothers me.
Yep.
At least the other two are
Hmm.
nature type pictures, you know, so
Hmm.
Hmm.
there's some consistency with number four, but yeah, I agree. Number three is like, what?
Doesn't belong there.
Hmm. I mean, it's fine in the booth, you know, but
Yeah. Looks
I
Hmm.
don't
nice
like,
in the booth.
yeah, it's fine in the booth, but it's in the four images that the judges are going to see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I might pick, you know, the painted bunting or something, you know, maybe. I don't know.
You know, for as hard as photography is,
Mhm.
as this artist develops or moves along or whatever, I think a little more consistency in what they shoot would be useful.
Hmm.
I agree.
Mhm.
Obviously, they're all nature pictures, but um, hmm, I don't know.
No, no, no. Yeah, I think I totally understand what you're saying, Sharon.
Yeah.
I think if somebody verbalized or if they wrote down the concept of what they're trying to achieve and then take those photographs,
Mm-hmm.
that would help define
Probably
them,
Hmm.
help
the
create
thought
them.
process.
And I think when you see a booth that is more cohesive, you know, you
Hmm.
feel like, I don't know, it just feels like there's more time and thought put into it,
Mhm.
not like, oh, I could take that photo, even if
Right.
you couldn't take that
That's
photo.
right.
Does that make sense? You
Oh,
know?
Yes.
exactly.
You
Because
know.
I think that's one of the
Mhm,
challenges, as big as the photography field is that
mhm.
to make it clear, what I say, the way I say it is to make it clear that this is photography.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a
Mhm.
picture taker,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right? I
exactly.
mean,
Yes.
And
I
so
can
the
take
co
nice pictures on my iPhone too, that are travel shots and things like that, but I'm not a photographer.
right, and
Right.
yeah.
I had an instructor that that would take all the photographers to task, and he would ask, "Why are these photographs not like what I took on my summer vacation?"
Mhm. Mhm.
Get away from that. Actually say
Mhm.
something,
Right.
Hmm.
or figure out what you want to say and then
Hmm.
say it.
And then
Right.
shoot to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Did we
Nobody's
go
gonna,
over the artist statement?
yeah, I would not mention smaller works.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
I also wouldn't say captured on location.
I mean, how
What would
else
be
is it
the
going to be
alternative?
captured, right? Yeah.
Good point.
Hmm.
I created the look in my studio. You don't need to say that. We know
Green
that I did
screen.
it. What?
But
No, that's true.
on the other hand, in today's world, maybe I do want to know you were on location because I could have done it in my studio, right?
That's
I
right.
could,
Yeah.
I personally could pull up chat and say something about I want a photograph of these bears on the side of a river, and it'll give me
Yeah.
something, and then I can say, oh,
Oh,
I
God.
would prefer the river be a little more blue or whatever I want to say,
Yeah.
and I would come up with a nice photograph. I mean, that's basic chat work or
Is that
something like that.
legitimate?
No, well, no,
No,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying maybe
No,
I
yeah.
want to know if this person was on location.
Yeah, I'm just asking the question. Hey, I
I mean,
saw,
I think that it should be a given with photography. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I almost, I don't think, I understand what Sharon is saying 100%,
I agree with
but
him.
and agree, but I don't know that
Yeah,
the statement needs to
right,
reflect that,
right, right,
Um, that's a whole other ball of wax, right?
right.
Yeah.
You know.
Now,
uh,
this is not, I'm not intending this for this person, but I saw something that I was kind of just going around on, and I saw an AI criticism of a video that was done by AI.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how this is getting.
Yeah.
Listen, I had an artist use AI to tell me that another artist was using AI. And
Mm.
that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Well,
So,
and
yeah.
not realizing the irony of that.
Right.
Well, yeah, and the irony is that I know very well that the artist that they were complaining about was not using AI.
Hmm.
So that was even funnier. I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah.
okay. Is anybody going to say something about the bears needing to be cropped more?
No.
No?
No, because
I like the
that's
water.
that's his the Bears
Yeah.
aren't really the focus, right? I mean, they are, but
I think that's two
it's
different images, right? If
Yeah.
you want an
yeah.
image that is cropped tighter because that's what you want to show,
Mhm.
then I think that would be
Yeah.
one thing. Or you've made the choice that no, I want this much river and grass and then the
Mhm.
bears. I think it's two different stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
Speaking of AI
Yeah.
and
I
Photoshop,
like
you could ask the program to remove the bears.
oh,
Stop.
sure.
If you didn't want to wait till the bears went away.
All
All
You can
right,
right.
also ask it to add the
I have a
bears.
limited amount of time
Yeah.
today, so
Okay.
Okay. Oil on canvas based on photographs I take while hiking. A colorful underpainting establishes contrast, followed by a single layer of impasto brushwork that builds texture and emphasizes light and shadow. She has never done a show before.
Hmm.
These
Oh
are
my
her
God.
paintings hanging on the wall in a bank.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
Extra
Love that.
points,
Yeah,
Yes.
extra points. The work is
extra
great.
points.
Um,
She has a second presentation,
mhm.
all
Hmm.
different pictures.
Oh,
Wow,
Strong.
yeah, really strong.
I like this group better. I would switch 1 and 3.
Hmm. Maybe.
A brighter first image.
Does she have anything in the other presentation, Larry, that might work better? Oh, I was gonna say in position number 4 on the other one. Hmm, maybe not.
I mean, I think they're all pretty strong,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know. I think they're all
Yeah.
pretty strong. And hopefully this artist has learned a little bit just from listening to us talk about booth images, maybe.
But yeah, extra points.
Boy,
Yeah.
for a beginner, this is
Emerging
very.
artist.
Well,
Yeah.
she may not be a beginning painter,
Oh,
but
No,
But
right.
she
she's
can still
maybe
apply as an emerging artist.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love having established artists who haven't done the
Mhm.
shows
Yes.
come and do my emerging artist program. I love it. It's my favorite actually. Um, I think the statement is fine. I mean, I guess you
Mhm.
could take out based on photographs I've taken while hiking, but it's kind of not bad to know
Interesting.
that they're her own, these are things she saw and thought she
Mhm.
should paint. I don't know. Not just,
I would take it out.
yeah.
And here's the bank wall.
Pretty nice wall.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
my paintings utilize acrylics on a variety of materials, including glass, slate, wood, canvas, and metal, many of which are upcycled. This choice not only reflects a commitment to sustainability, but also adds a unique character to each piece.
Stop after metal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
need all
I
the
would
rest of
stop
it.
after metal. I would try to make all the images consistent. Like you don't need the doily, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
What what category is this person applying in?
It would be painting or mixed media.
It
Mhm.
should, yes.
It's hard when it's almost all glassware,
Mhm.
Hmm.
except for, a few pieces on the one wall.
Glass, but she's not making any of the
Right. Right.
glass.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So again, not the subject really of this discussion, but probably needs to be very selective where she applies to.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would try to make the backgrounds the same, like you don't need the doily underneath the,
Mhm.
Well,
you know, like,
you don't shoot something on a table.
Right.
mm-mm,
Right.
no. So
You
I
can't leave
would,
all that
I
stuff.
would, yeah, I would do that. And maybe I might leave the painted canvas, the welcome rooster off and do another piece of glass there.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
understand she's trying to show that she paints on multiple substrates, but maybe
No
you
need
would
to.
you could say that. I don't think you need to. I think visually it throws you off.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
distracting.
Yeah. I'm also not crazy about the set of glasses. Like I think
Hmm.
the single image is stronger.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know.
If photographed properly.
Right, exactly.
And then it would make it vertical, which would be easier on your eyes.
Hmm. Yeah.
And you'd see all that detail, which you don't see in the
Hmm.
set.
Exactly.
And I'm not quite sure what to say about the booth shot. It seems kind of washed out to me, and how to get that that back wall to show up better, the
Well,
work.
I think it needs color behind it, like,
That could
whether
be,
it's
yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
gray or something like that. I mean, I
Mhm.
think, and it could just even be a piece of fabric or something, you know, I'm not saying that you need to go and get a whole new tent, but
Mhm.
maybe just some color behind it because the glass does just blend right
Right.
into, it looks like things are floating almost, you know.
Whereas the one on the right-hand side, yeah, those are
Mhm.
bigger too, so it shows up better and
Right.
versus the back wall, it just kind of washes away.
I think it's that they're goblets, so it's that they're
Mhm.
not, yeah, and they're all clear except for
Right,
the oil bottles at the top, right?
right.
But there's color glass here, and that kind of gives you a little
Mhm.
more. I
Yeah,
would
so maybe a
almost,
color wall.
yeah, something behind it to show to so they don't look like they're just floating, you
or
know?
more contrast.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more something, or put the bottles that are on the side in the back, because
Mhm.
they're
Bigger.
stronger. The greens, the blues,
Yeah.
they'll pop more. I think that would be important for
Well,
this.
the great thing about Chat and Gemini today is you could take this photograph, put it in, say to Chat, please
Hmm.
give me a light gray background on the back wall behind everything,
Yeah,
and it will, right? So you
yeah,
can,
I
doesn't have
suppose.
to, she
However,
doesn't have to reshoot it.
we do say that we do not want your photos, your booth shots
Mhm.
altered that way, though. So not every
Yeah, right.
show.
So it depends, but
Yeah, yeah.
as long as she's going to come with a gray wall. So,
Right. And I think it would be hard to move those bottles on the side to the front in that,
Mm.
they're not clear.
mhm,
Um, I am discouraging the use of AI as much as I possibly can
mhm,
when it comes to any art application.
mhm.
Thank you.
All right. Using vibrant colors of acrylic paint, pastels, modeling paste, recycled materials, and Swarovski crystals. I utilize my hands, fingers, and brushes to creating unique texture and movement in my work.
Think you could probably leave out I utilize my hands, fingers, and brushes, creating unique
Mhm.
textures and movement in my work.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because that's obvious.
Just ended at recycled materials.
Hmm.
No, crystals?
No,
Crystals.
Well, you don't see the crystals.
Well,
Well, you
yeah.
might. I don't know. You might.
Might be nice to know they're there though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you might see them in some.
I love the poppy.
Mhm.
Right? The poppy's happy.
So
It's
funny.
happy work and it's a nice booth
Yes.
shot.
And here's
Hmm.
another set. I mean, oh, here's her booth picture.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
there's one more set of images from her. Acrylic or oils,
Mm.
vibrant colors. I utilize hands, fingers, and brushes to create movement and unique textures.
Huh.
I like the landscapes.
I actually like
Mhm.
this set. The
Now,
Jim
what
Dine
about the first
influence
one?
on the left. I think that's who that was.
Mhm.
Did hearts.
You mean it's not soup cans?
Well, interesting. And I was going to say, and a little bit of Andy Warhol
Mhm.
influence, maybe.
Mhm.
So what's in the
I
booth
don't know.
shot?
I think the poppy kind of bothers me here though. I don't know why.
I like the other poppy better.
Yeah. But I feel like
Mhm.
like the other poppy is definitely more vibrant, right?
Well, I think the booth shot is dramatically more vibrant on the first one.
Hmm. Yeah. Are
Go
these,
with the
Larry, are
vibrancy of the
these
word.
are these two different mediums? Like one mixed media and one paint?
I think they're all paint,
Okay.
however you define
They're two
paint.
different.
Hmm.
Mhm.
They're two different ones.
Oh, she speaks.
Sorry.
I thought they were
Sorry.
because I thought they were because the first one does say, the crystals. I can't even say it.
Mm.
Sorry, not enough coffee
Swarovski.
today. Yeah, thank you.
Say that 10
Um,
times fast.
right? No, I can't do it. Um, but yeah, I think, yeah, I like the landscapes. I like it. It would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
I'd like to
yeah.
see something in the number 4 slot that works with the number 1 slot.
That's that's it. That's what's bothering me.
Okay.
You know.
Because the landscapes in the middle look good,
Yes.
Hmm.
I like them.
but there's too much white around the
Yeah.
flower in the number 4 slot.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's throwing you off, right? It's throwing you off.
Well, I'm sorry. I love that other pop.
I
And
love
that's
the
a
other poppy too.
that's a
This is great.
personal comment.
Yeah.
I like
It's for
I like
sale. I'm sorry.
How big is it?
I'm sorry.
I think both applications speak for themselves,
Mhm.
and yeah. I think the other booth shot is definitely stronger though.
Well, here's a piece that would match, that would work in the number 4 slot on
Yeah.
the front right of the
Mhm.
right-hand wall.
Hmm. Yes.
Mhm.
However, they're two different mediums, right? So all
Yeah.
that on the
No, it's the
first.
same. No, it's from the same.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
All right.
yeah. It is from the same. You're right.
Yeah,
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
that's all right. She'll probably be sending me your booth picture tonight.
There you go. It's nice, happy work.
Yep.
I'm not supposed to talk, right?
Right. Okay, are we done? That's the last one.
Woohoo!
Oh, great.
So I want to know how big the poppy is.
Are you shopping, Bonnie?
Well, just in
It
case.
looks like the poppy looks like it's about 24 by 24.
Okay.
Hmm.
You
Debbie?
can answer that now, Debbie.
Well, I can.
Yes.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is my 30th year in the art world. I've done over 10,000, 20,000 art shows around the country.
Oh, wow.
So the poppy, the original is already sold, and the poppy is available in whatever size you want.
Okay.
Hmm.
Her mind is working.
It immediately made me happy.
Hmm.
I'm so glad. It's called Soul's Inspiration, and there's a whole story about it.
Oh, geez.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna have to, Larry,
Yeah.
can I get her contact
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll
information?
send you her email address afterwards.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, that's not supposed to happen during the jury.
Okay. Shh.
Okay.
Thank you again. I appreciate you all.
Well, it looks like it took an hour and 40 minutes. I mean, an hour and 30 minutes.
Well, a
It was
lot
good.
of good submissions
Mm-hmm.
this time.
Hmm.
And I feel like people are listening.
Mm-hmm. I think it gets better each time we do it.
Every time.
Yeah.
And I
It'd
had a
be
great
nice to
time
see
with the
more
three of
artists.
you. The three of you experts,
Who's an expert?
the other three.
Right. Not me.
Thank you, Barry. That's very nice of you to say.
No, it's true. And what I liked is I agreed with all of you on mostly everything. It was great.
I think it'd be really great if more and more artists took advantage of the opportunity. Um,
Hmm.
Yeah.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah. And based on our pre-conversation, we could use people that are more critical of their work and get better and better.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There's a need for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah, right.
I look at some of the very early people that did this, the mock jury.
Yeah,
I cannot believe where
Mhm.
how far they've come,
I agree with you.
where they're
Mhm.
going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
I think
Way
these
above
people
and
looked at
beyond what I
that, looked at those and said, "Oh, I can improve
Mhm.
my look." Me.
we are too close to our own work to really be critically as critical as we need to be.
Mhm. Or sometimes we're even overly critical, you know? I mean, we're never, I don't think we're our own best judges of ourselves in general, you know? So, and, yeah.
Well, you know what? What I would like is I'd like more critical work of my work, more critical comments. I want to hear like I think people are afraid to say, what they really think, and that's what I want to hear because it's not going to bother me. It would actually help me.
Well, but I think there's a time and place for that. And
Yes.
the purpose of this is to help with
Right.
their
Yes.
images, right? Not to
Yes.
critique their work.
Yes.
Right.
So, you know,
Well, even
um,
that too, but yeah, uh,
yeah. But
I
I
would
get what you're
like
saying, Barry.
just in general, I was talking.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Good. Well done, everyone.
Well, thank you, everybody.
You're
Does
welcome.
anyone have any questions? Don't we usually ask that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Oh,
still a
yeah.
few minutes if anybody wants to ask a question.
Looks like no.
I would like to ask a question.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So oftentimes I apply for mixed media because, I've painted so many paintings and as you can see, I can do landscapes. I'm known as the heart artist. I've painted more hearts than Jim Dine and Peter Max put together. Um,
Really? You notice I
yes,
mentioned Jim Dine and
Hmm.
I get compared to them all the time and Georgia O'Keeffe. But
now
my
that's a
question
high compliment.
Yeah.
Very high compliment. Yes. The question I have is on the last. So one of the things is like I didn't get in Coconut Grove, and there's shows that I
Aha.
apply for that I don't get in, and I use the exact application that Coconut Grove had as the first
Hmm.
one with the strong booth photo. So part of my issue is I have been stuck on trying to just do hearts and flowers and not put the landscapes in because I was always taught 30 years ago that you do a cohesive body of work and sometimes the landscapes
Mhm.
can look like, you look at that abstract heart that with all the different hearts that looks like Jim Dine,
Hmm.
and you look at the landscapes that didn't throw you guys off, which surprised me because that's the first time I've ever done that.
Mm.
It's the first time I've ever showed that together. So you didn't find an issue with it, except for the pink flower threw you off because it didn't really match the heart. So if I had two hearts and two landscapes, that would probably solve that problem.
Yeah, but don't be upset that you didn't get into Coconut Grove because we had really high scoring people that didn't get in. Like I was
Mhm.
telling somebody this earlier, like, I say this in all honesty, like we didn't take anybody that didn't have a 7.2 out of 10 because
Mhm.
the applications were just so strong.
Yeah.
And it's just so it's never like if you don't get into the show, you should never take that as a oh my God, I mean, because there's just, there's just so many,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
you
I
know.
know that.
I
So,
can answer that from my own perspective.
mhm.
Okay. I would love
Because
that.
I used this year I used the same images that I've used the last couple of years, and it was a joke because Larry did my images. So when we would get on and there'd be a show and I'd get rejected, it was kind of a running joke that well yeah it's Larry's fault.
Larry's fault.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
year with all these shows, I'm going, should I do different images or different pieces? And I went, no, these are strong. I believed in my work, and this year I'm getting into everything. So,
Mm,
you
mm,
know,
I know.
what do you know
Well,
what do you how do you deal with that? I mean, look, just believe in yourself and if they don't if you don't get in, it's they're incompetence, or at least that's the way to look at it to make yourself feel good, because that's what I
No,
do.
Barry,
No,
I think it's very unfair to say that
right.
we're
Oh,
incompetent.
no,
I think
I didn't mean.
no, no,
Wait,
no. I'm not just saying me. I don't think that's the way to look at it. I think the way to look at it
oh,
is that there are a lot of really talented people
Mhm.
out there.
well, I
So you're
know, and
not, even
I
people that have
agree.
been in my show for 15 years did not get in this year.
Yeah,
So
I agree
it
with
just
that.
happens.
I
Never
Yeah.
wasn't
take
really
it
saying that they
personally.
were incompetent. What I was saying was that's how I rationalize it.
Oh, well,
They're
yeah.
not incompetent.
Well,
I
that
just,
might be, but years ago, and I think that the jurors who are all here know who said this, if you think about this, that particularly shows that get a lot of applications, they could have picked two shows equally good
that's right.
because they had so many strong applications. And so it's
Yeah.
just sometimes
Mhm.
it's the luck of the draw, it's the luck of who's on the jury.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah. Yeah.
it just is, and so it's no reflection really on the artist in that case because their
Right.
scores are even up, maybe not,
Hmm.
just who the
Yeah.
jury was that year, and that
You know,
he said, right,
and it
my jury
is
could pick two
really,
equal shows.
yeah,
Mhm.
Sharon is right. And I will say this, like and I will not say who it was, but there was a jeweler who applied last year and this year, same applications. This year they were the highest scoring jeweler with like a
Uh-huh.
9.5.
Hmm.
And last year they were like a 6,
Right,
but it was the
Wow.
same application.
Hmm.
So
right,
it all just depends on what, on your jury. So it's not,
Right.
and there's no other way to do it. There are a
right.
lot of people out there that
So,
say, differently, but I think it's really good for I think it's really good for shows to be shaken up a little bit too.
Hmm.
So,
no, I
you know,
agree. I mean, I've done 2,000 art shows around the country and I've been rejected many times and accepted and featured
Hmm.
at the Wynn Hotel and on TV and all that. So
Right.
my confidence
mhm.
isn't shaken. It's mainly, I always thought that putting the hearts with the landscape, because the majority of my work are hearts, although I have a
Mhm.
huge body of work. So the specific question I have is I always thought that maybe it was too many hearts. And then people think, oh, it's
Hmm.
she's so fluffy or she's a little girl or so. I don't know. I just have this like they just don't like
Well,
hers. Like, but you're
I
okay
mean,
with landscapes and the hearts and the flowers and the mixture of that.
That's funny. Well, you might
yeah.
be fluffy, but you're not. But I never. You're not a little girl. I mean, you didn't come across like that. The work
Okay,
is
good.
sophisticated.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No,
Okay, so
I
what?
don't want Linda to go unheard
Oh, thank
because
you,
she had a
Bonnie.
question.
So
Right.
I'm wondering, I work with acrylics mostly. I do add woven metal into it, and I never know if I should do mixed media or painting because from far away it just looks like painting. Um, when is it mixed media? Like when is 2D mixed media mixed media? I make my own molding paste out of marble powder. I put lyrics in in the backgrounds. Like I don't know when to call it painting or when to call it mixed media.
If you're
Mixed
using
media.
two or more, right? I mean, that's like if
Material.
it's painting,
Well,
it's
right.
painting.
Right.
But if you're mixing in metals and crystals and yada yada, I
Right.
would consider that mixed media 2D.
So just make sure that that is in that sentence in the description
Mhm.
then, even though it looks like a painting, straight up
Right.
things. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thank you so much for doing this. I really
Yeah. And
appreciate it.
also
I
like
learned a lot.
most shows will have that in their application,
Mhm.
will have the definition.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you could, work towards that. Like,
There's always an argument with a different group of painters that adding in molding paste is not really mixed media because it's a painting medium.
well, 100%, but I'm saying you're telling me that you're mixing in
Woven metal.
metals.
Yeah.
If you're mixing in metals, then that is modeling paste. Yeah,
Right.
that's debatable. But in all honesty, mixed media 2D is such a strong category nowadays that
Mhm.
they're almost as many as painting.
Mhm.
So like, a lot of times people would go to mixed media 2D because they thought there'd be less than painting. And
Right.
that's not the case anymore because
Okay.
so many of
Yeah.
you are doing
You
that.
know,
So,
at
Follow up
at one
question.
time,
mhm.
there were hardly any people applying in mixed media,
Right.
and people got the idea, hey, if I apply in mixed media, I have a better chance of getting in. Well,
Right.
that has sort of shifted. Now,
Yeah,
mixed media is one of the bigger categories, so
I
it's not the
think that's what
same.
I
And
just said. Yeah.
yes,
Right.
and
Yeah.
there's yeah.
Also, follow-up question then. If I'm doing woven metal, but I only put it in certain pieces in my booth and the rest of them are the marble powder and the acrylics, where do I land? Do I have to pick a lane? Because I only
Question.
use it for certain
Believe
instances.
in yourself and don't look back.
Okay,
Yeah, but which one?
I mean, in all honesty, like let's say you applied in painting, you got in painting, and there was some metal in your booth. I don't think we'd be like, "Oh my God, you can't be here." I
right.
mean, Winter Park may be that way because they're very, very rigid. But I don't think most of us would be like, "Oh my God," 'cause
Okay.
I've literally seen them do that with a ceramic artist that had a piece of acrylic on top of something.
Mm,
But I think it just depends on the show. And here's the thing, reach out to the shows and
yeah,
ask. I mean,
absolutely.
Sharon will tell you, I'm Bonnie. I mean, I think all three of us would have answered questions.
Mm.
I'm still doing it. I will answer
Okay.
questions for
Mhm.
people, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah, just
Awesome.
shoot an email and say, hey, what do you think? And we definitely, I mean, I'd like to think that we would all do that for people.
Awesome. I never know
Nice.
how much time is too much, so thank you. I know you guys are busy.
Nah, if we're not, look, we're only as good as the artists in our show, right? And none of us should be so, look, I have way more on my plate. Sharon had we all have way more on our plate, but we always have to take time to help our artists. That's it.
Well, I
Yeah.
actually think I don't do it anymore, right? But I think that was a favorite part of my day.
Yeah,
I would rather
yeah,
talk to artists all day than have to go make sure their
100%.
contracts are signed for portalets and whatever. I mean, I got to do all that too, right? Signatures
Right.
and stuff. But I'd rather talk to artists all day long.
Hmm.
And the same thing at the show. I'd rather walk around and talk to artists than do anything else.
Yeah. Although I don't get to do that anymore. But,
You
Just the
can talk
last
to
couple of
me
years.
anytime.
Yeah.
Not at the show. I didn't
No,
even get to say hello to Barry last year.
no. Yeah,
So,
there's not enough hours in the day at the show. And I think some artists
Camille,
don't
I
understand
was
that.
going to
There's
say,
not the
Camille,
week.
mm-mm.
it's like I go to try and say hi to you or talk to you, and you're already
Yeah,
on the way because you have so much
There's
to do.
there's
right. There's not
literally
enough
always a
hours.
fire to put out. I mean, I
Right.
might have stopped to hug somebody I hadn't seen in a really long time, but that's about it.
Yeah, yeah.
You
People
know.
don't realize how much is going on
No, there's
behind
always
the
somebody
scenes,
in my
right?
ear there's
Yeah,
always a
yeah,
fire. There's always a
right.
fire. But this is not about us. This is about you. So yeah, reach out to the people and they should answer you. And if they don't, then just go with your gut.
Okay,
Well,
thank
and
you.
give it a little bit of time, right? So if the deadline is next week,
Mm-hmm.
call a couple weeks or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Don't
yeah,
call
yeah.
like up on the deadlines because
Yeah,
then it's
don't.
like, it's just
Yeah.
In
too
all
hard.
honesty, like I get it because all artists wait to the last day
Right,
because when do I pay my bills when they're due, right? So we get it. But if you call us that last day and we're fielding 150 applications, we may not be able to help you then.
right.
Yeah,
So reach out before. Reach
got
out
it.
before.
Great advice. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm afraid to
All
call
right.
you Camille because I think you're too busy to talk.
So if you send me an email, I mean, emails are always the best because I can answer them at 2 in the morning.
Yep.
I mean, it's that I never, I'm fine with emails. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can call it a day.
Yay.
All right.
Great.
Excellent.
Thank Larry. It was fun.
Thank you,
Nice to
Larry.
Yeah.
See
talk
you
to you.
again.
Thank you.
You.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody. And
It was
thank all the
great.
people that participated.
It was great.
Thank you all.
Have a great
Can't
day.
wait to
Bye,
see the
guys.
three of you somewhere.
Somewhere, right?
I'll
Yeah.
see you in less than 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm
sure.
ready right now. I could leave right now.
Hey, Barry,
Well,
did your
that'd be
lights
great,
go
but
out?
there's nothing for you to do here right now. So,
I know,
you
I know.
know.
No,
Unless
usually
you want to
I'm
come
just
mark the streets for me or,
Yeah, right?
well,
Do
I
that.
listen, is that like a yeah, I would do that. What the hell?
Oh,
But that's like
nobody
the day
wants to mark
before,
the
right?
streets.
Yeah.
No, trust me.
Horrible
That's
job.
how you get to your space early to set up.
Well, that's
Well, I tell
right.
you,
That's right.
No, you guys, it is I mean, I thought winter park spaces were bad because they're in the park and you got to create them, but this is a nightmare because it's the busiest street and they don't close
Mhm.
it down. So I've got a
Yeah.
Yeah.
policeman behind me and a golf
Yeah.
cart alongside of me, and people just keep whizzing by, and you're
Yeah.
trying to
Yes.
remember, make all the numbers right. It's
I,
insane. I'm like,
I've experienced that. Yeah.
you just breathe, because we do it 3 days before. So anyway,
Oh,
all
wow.
right, guys, good to see you all.
All right,
Good to
bye.
see
All
See you
right.
you.
around.
Bye,
Bye.
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.